Thank you. Great to be here. Welcome, everyone. So I'm Christian, CEO and co-founder of Audiomob. And before we go into the announcement, I want to give a bit of a background as to what we do. So we invented a mechanism called in-game in-app audio advertising. All of you know when you watch a YouTube video or maybe you're on an app, you see a video ad. It blocks you for 40 to 45 seconds. It's quite annoying. What we've invented is a mechanism where an audio ad plays in the background and the user can continue their experience. An example, let's say you're racing a car in a video game. Rather than a video ad blocking you, an audio ad would play in the background. It's a much less intrusive experience. We have scaled to 1.75 billion players throughout the global gaming ecosystem. We have offices in London, Abu Dhabi, and New York. And I'm very, very happy to say that we have raised $5 million as an extension round with leading investors such as our own world-renowned investors, Makers Fund, one of the world's leading Series A gaming investors, Samsung, one of the largest retail technology consumer companies, and of course our existing first investor, Supernode, one of the most well-known ad tech investors across Europe. And in terms of my background and obviously Wilfrid's background as well as to how we made this happen. I was a scientist at Facebook, coding many different mechanisms as to how to move someone along a purchase funnel, managed $100 million at Google, and the inception of this idea was when I taught myself to code my own video games, stream my own music that I would produce into said video games, and then I met this genius Wilfrid here, and we pivoted towards audio ads, and that's how we found the gap. So I'll pass it to Wilfrid to give his background.
Yeah, hi everyone. So I'm Wilfrid, I'm co-founder and CTO at Audiomob. So I met Christian at Google, so we've known each other for around 4 years. We met, and I worked together at Google for 4 years. I know Christian for a lot longer. And basically what we've done, and something we want to announce today, is we've now actually launched our Arabic voice models. So something I was just talking about on stage was the art of storytelling and hyper-personalization. And something we're now able to do is basically allow advertisers the ability to create a campaign end-to-end. So this basically means if someone was to ask me, like, we love what you do, we want to bring audio advertising into these games and apps, but we don't know how, we don't have the assets. We're able to create those assets in a matter of 5 seconds in different dialects of Arabic. So if you're talking about a Levantine accent, if you're talking about a GCC accent, more Khaliji accent, we're able to produce those audio ads and then also deliver them into apps and games simultaneously. So this means from the moment of signing a contract for an advertising campaign, we're able to deliver end-to-end within 5 minutes. So I think this is where we're taking and hyperscaling something we built 4 years ago after leaving Google and really driving the adoption of the format. Now, what we've been working on is also creating these models in other languages, and that's something that we're going to also be announcing. So some of our investors, such as which have just been announced today, like Samsung Next, there's interesting partnerships that we are going to be working on in other regions where we can also produce these language models. So we already support over 15 languages now, and we have the ability to deliver these audio ads across the world. So there's 3 billion mobile gamers. So if you look at the opportunity to scale, to personalize, to more efficiently reach your consumer, I think you can tick off all of those boxes with the technology that we've developed. Something else I wanted to also talk about more on the tech side. So we actually now have 19 engineers in Abu Dhabi, and something we're looking at is actually how can we create these models and make them more authentic? So how can we partner with institutions across the Middle East to make our models more effective? And that's something actually we want to look at places like Qatar, look at places like Saudi Arabia, where we can also build those partnerships and actually build more authentic models and use more authentic training and data sets, because this isn't something you can just get from, for example, the UK or something, or the US. These are models that need to be built in the said regions. So this is something that we really, truly believe is going to allow us to not only enter different markets, but also scale with authenticity and also sustainability.
Really well said. And we've raised $20 million to date, and to give you an idea of the adoption, I mean, we have the world's largest audio advertisers. We have 12,000 individual brands bidding on us every single day, and we're really looking to expand in the Middle East now, and we think Qatar is going to be our next main hub for our R&D, our research, and we're absolutely considering strategic partners in this region as well. So yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up, and open to taking questions.
Questions, just raise your hand. Okay, I believe we might be, oh, hold on, sorry.
Thank you. So my understanding is that from the approach that you guys take basically is of having advertisements curated to gamers and through audio, not through a video, because that would be very annoying for gamers, especially when they're in the zone. Is there somewhat of a pipeline to take the gamer from the initial audio to the final product of buying or online? Is there some kind of way to directly connect them, maybe with one click or some type of funnel, basically, to bring them to these products that are being advertised? Thank you.
Yes, it's a great question. So I know when a lot of people hear audio, immediately they think it's audio only. So everything that's served is similar to what you'd see on like a Spotify. It's always audio, but it also comes alongside with a companion banner. That companion banner allows you to then tap or it basically interact with that audio message. So if I was to say, visit Qatar, I could then tap that banner and it would take me to the Visit Qatar webpage. That's like a practical example. But if I also wanted to say, encourage people to download an app, I could also do that. And that would basically do something called like direct linking, where you just open up another app rather than the actual page, right? Which would basically help people increase things like downloads and adoption.
Any further questions? Okay, I believe we may conclude at that and thank the panelists for their time.
All right. Thanks for the time.